On July 1st, 2026, PlayStation would shock the world with a recent news update saying that in 2028, physical discs will cease to exist, at least on the PlayStation platform. And with this happening, and also Rockstar following suit saying, oh yeah, we're not gonna bring discs to GTA 6, it's forcing us gamers to come to a very, very, very unfortunate conclusion in reality. Physical discs, physical games are dead. They're dying. And you know what's so crazy? I feel like we brought this on ourselves. Let's get into this video. The sad death of physical media. Video by Tommy NFG. Man, y'all gonna see my point in saying that we brought this on ourselves, man. Let's get into this video. Let's go.
I want you to picture this. It's Tuesday, September 17th. 2013. I'm saying picture this like most of my audience watching this wasn't children or too young to remember this night. Low-key.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was 7. I was 7 on September 17th, 2013.
Keep me included, but F it. It was a crispy September day, just like every other September day. Most people were going on with their regular lives, either going to school or work. But that night, humanity was gonna change and never be the same. GTA 5 was dropping. People were lining up hours before the release at midnight, making sure they called off school or work the next day to bask in all of its gloriness for at least a full day. News reporters came out to interview people with their pre-game thoughts on how the game was gonna be. When the doors finally opened, people stampeded in like it was their final day on Earth. This was what people now call simpler times. Skip to a date that hasn't happened yet. Thursday, November 19th, 2026. The lines are empty and no one is waiting for some reason.
Bro, my local GameStop closed like a couple months ago. That shit broke my fucking heart, bro. And now this literally means that I have to drive 40 to 50 minutes if I want any physical copies of games that I want, bro. Like, GameStop leaving isn't like the death of the gaming industry, at least down here, but it just means the death of games being bought, at least in a physical sense, bro. Like, shit's going all digital now, and we don't own shit. You will own nothing and be moderately happy, maybe.
Reason why? Rockstar has announced they're officially ditching a disc copy and GTA 6 won't come with one. And Sony clarified even more that they won't produce any more discs for PlayStation consoles starting officially in January 2028. Meaning the era of console
2028, bro. We got what? We got 1.5 years left of physical games. And that's if these gaming companies keep bringing out discs for their games. Some of them might just follow suit and be like, you know what, bro, PlayStation is ditching the shit in 2028. Why not we get on the bandwagon early? I really hope most of y'all don't do that, though. Ubisoft, I'm looking at y'all, bro. Don't do that shit. Don't.
disc, having a collection to flex on your friends with the magic game binder, showing how much you're better than those bum ass because you have a bigger collection than them, is officially dead and has basically solidified that this century will be the end of most physical media. And I'd be lying to you if I said it doesn't break my heart. At least to me, this seems like Gen Z's first thing to see phased out and humanity evolve past it. And really, it's every generation. Everyone other than Gen Alpha always grew up with physical media around them.
That's another thing, bro. What are these Gen Alpha kids? What the fuck are they gonna have? Like, at least with my kids, when I have them, bro, I'm gonna raise them on the things that I was raised on. Like, bro, you're not turned on Coco Melon. We're gonna watch the Backyardigans and Chuggington and all that shit. Nigga, I'm gonna have you play some of these retro games, these quote unquote retro games. I'm gonna have you play fucking Midnight Club. I'm gonna have you play Driver of San Francisco. I'm gonna have you play Need for Speed Payback, because by the time I have kids, Need for Speed Payback is gonna be a fucking retro game. Yeah, like, and I'm probably gonna raise them on the shows that I was raised on: Zoe 101, Victorious, Boondocks, things of that nature. Like, but what are these Gen Alpha kids gonna have? What are they gonna have? They ain't gonna have shit. They ain't gonna have none. Show's gonna be ass. Game's gonna be ass, and you might not even be able to own it. Basically, fuck.
I remember going to Redbox and renting a movie, then forgetting to return it and hoping their lawyers don't knock on the door. Or seeing ads about Gamefly and thinking it was the future. I actually don't know a single soul who used it, but I assume the company went bankrupt.
I know people who used Gamefly, and Gamefly was kind of the soft launch of what we see now. And this is the reason why I said we low-key brought this on ourselves, bro. Gamefly was the soft launch of this shit. Instead of going to the place to get the game, oh, the video game renters delivered to your door. Boom, bam. All right. And then after that, guess what these niggas did? Digital download. They let you have the option between getting the physical copy or getting the digital download. If you look up the statistics of the sales between physical copies and the digital copies, guess what? The digital copy sold more. And these companies, whether y'all want to think that they're for gamers or not, they're about the breach at the end of the day. They're about money at the end of the day. So they're going to see, oh yeah, digital sales, digital copies are making more. Fuck it. Let's just pour all our money into that. Let's just make digital copies. Fuck the physicals, bro. So again, this shit here hurts my heart. But us as gamers, we brought this shit on ourselves, bro. How can I tell you?
The same way as Redbox because no one returns stuff. One of the first things that pops up in people's minds with seeing physical media diminish from society is you will own nothing and be happy. The origin of it is so wild for people that don't know it. It comes from the World Economic Forum, which is basically an international organization with the biggest leaders and people who shape the world, where they try to find solutions for the world to quote-unquote improve it. I get this is supposed to be a positive organization in theory. All I think of when I see pictures like this though is the Kotsky photo with all of them menacingly looking at the camera. They made a presentation in 2016 saying you will own nothing and be happy, where they say products are replaced by services, and people will need to rent or share everything they need. The worst quote.
That is so ass. Imagine having to rent your own car. Rent a car. Oh. That's why I'm keeping my, hey, I am keeping my shit. I'm keeping my car, bro. Fuck you mean you gonna tell, to use this feature on your car, you're gonna have to rent it for $20 a month. Monthly subscription for heated seats, cruise control. These are actual things in like real cars right now, bro. Yuck. Before you know it, they're gonna have you paying on a monthly subscription for fucking AC. You miss a month? Oh shit. Guess what? If you're in a hot place, you're cooked.
IFAR is from the presenter who did it when she said, "Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better." Imagine saying this with a straight face thinking,
what kind of dumbass dystopian reality are they thinking of? And why are they so happy about this? Bro, this sentence sounds like the most depressing thing I've ever heard. Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. That sounds like hell. That sounds like fucking hell to me. That sounds like hell on earth. And if this is what 2030 is in 3.5 years at this point. If this is what 2030 is gonna look like, bro, I want no parts. I want no fucking parts.
No privacy, and life has never been better. Imagine saying this with a straight face thinking everyone's gonna be like, sounds great. They basically pitched what Plankton did in the SpongeBob movie and hoped for a positive reception. And low-key, as time goes on, they kind of weren't wrong with the timeline. Everything past 2016 has turned more and more into subscriptions. I mean, for God's sake, they're releasing a car where in order to get the full horsepower of it, you gotta pay a subscription. Imagine paying a
Volkswagen is on bullshit. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, hold on.
Releasing a car where in order to get
oh my, bro, Volkswagen, what do you want? Bro, they better not put like the Golf name on this, bro. The Golf does not deserve this slander, bro. You're putting horsepower behind a fucking paywall? Are we dead ass? Oh,
the full horsepower of it, you gotta pay a subscription. Imagine paying $100,000 for a brand new car and the company forces a subscription so you can use the full capabilities of it. Privacy concerns start to become worse as governments create more and more surveillance. The ultimate problem with physical game copies going away is the actual ownership. Because some people will defend it saying, who cares anyways, we all—
Bro, this is basically leading to like all of us just not having our own autonomy. Like, we already halfway don't have our own autonomy, but they're trying to make it to the point where, oh, you want to use it, you want to use your car, monthly subscription. You want to fucking use shit in your house, like your fridge and your stove, monthly subscription. You want to fucking oh, it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you want some clothes, monthly subscription, straight up. Oh my god. And then we're gonna get to the point where we're just dependent on these things, and we're gonna have to pay monthly for them. And who knows what the government would do with us by that point? And hopefully, somehow, some way, niggas stand up and we fight against this. But Lord knows that's not fucking happening.
Buy digital copies now. And I will say that is true. A majority of people aren't driving to the store to buy every brand new game that comes out. But when you buy games at a lot of these companies, you're never actually owning the game. If you buy a game from the PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store, Nintendo Store, and yes, even Steam Store, they're all licensed and not owned, unlike a physical copy. Most of the time, it may not be a problem to have the digital copy. But best believe, when there is a problem, there's essentially nothing you can do when you're at the mercy of these companies. Nothing proved this more in 2023 with PlayStation and their Discovery TV controversy. Back in 2023, Sony told its users that because of a licensing disagreement with Discovery TV, that anybody who purchased Discovery TV shows or movies would have the content removed as Sony wouldn't have the license anymore. And there were some pretty big—
and you don't even get your money back for that shit neither. That's the part that fucks niggas up the most. You ain't even get your money back for it.
Big shows on that list, including Mythbusters, Cake Boss, Naked and Afraid, How It's Made. In total, it would have been 1,318 seasons of TV shows completely wiped from anybody who owned them. Imagine being that one dude that bought like 50 seasons of different shows. I would have crashed out and wreaked havoc at Sony HQ. When this happened, it confirmed everything true people suspected, that companies at any moment could completely fry a product you quote-unquote own. And there would be a more than likely chance you wouldn't get a refund. Now, luckily, because of all the backlash they got for this, Sony announced they reached an agreement, so everyone kept their stuff, but that's just for now. Funny thing is—
okay, shit. Well, if we raise enough awareness, give PlayStation enough backlash, they might, just might, reconsider that whole, oh, no physical copies in 2028 thing. Maybe.
Doing research for this video, last month Sony told all its UK users that 551 movies and TV shows for a company named Studio Canal are getting removed in September 2026 because they're losing the license. This one didn't make as much noise, so they probably didn't care to fight it and let it die. But I hope y'all know this is just gonna happen more and more. So even if you're not someone that—
even bigger things, it's only a matter of time before they start doing this and they're like, oh shit, we lost the licensing with Hallmark. We lost the licensing with Showtime, with this, that, and the third, with FX. So now, if you bought these shows, fuck you. I mean, those are bigger things, so maybe people might raise enough outrage. But at a certain point, the outrage stops, and then shit just keeps going. So I don't know. Maybe the outrage might not do shit.
Cares about physical media as much anymore, you should understand why it's needed. It's also happened for games, like a game called The Crew, for example. Ubisoft sold the game—
Don't even talk to me about that game, bro. I'm at least glad that I have a physical copy of that shit. Ubisoft was on bullshit with the digital copies of The Crew and Driver San Francisco. If you had a digital copy of Driver San Francisco, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Or if you wanted a digital copy. Bro, Ubisoft vaulted that shit off of their store for a good 2 to 3 years, and they only brought it back after literally 1 million. I don't know if it was 1 million or if it was 500,000. People signed a petition to get it back. Ubisoft is the main people that be on this type of bullshit, bro. Oh my God. This is why I'm happy that I kept all of my physical copies of games, because you never know what could happen, bro. One day, you might not have Wi-Fi in the crib, you might not have paid it, or your apartment building is on bullshit, I could play my physical games and be just fine. They're still entertainment at the end of the day. We lit.
for full price to people, and after it didn't do as well as they wanted, they decided to delist it in 2023, and in 2024, they shut down all of the servers. Then right after that, they started yanking the license from people with 0 refunds. This is why—
And keep in mind, The Crew is an online racing game. I mean, the story isn't, but once you like finish the story, everything becomes online. Them shutting down the servers for that shit literally just made the game unplayable, unless you want to fucking repeat the story over and over and over again.
they don't want shit in person, because if that was me, I'm not going down without a fight. I'm gonna tell a Ubisoft employee to square up and fight for my copy. I'm keeping it, goddammit. Then instead of hitting people with an apology, maybe giving them refunds for something they bought, Ubisoft doubled down, telling people that you can't complain about what they did because you never owned it.
I see why people don't fuck with Ubisoft now, bro. I see it. Cause the fuck you mean I never owed it? Bitch, I paid you 30, 40 fuck. Bro, the Crew, the first Crew that came out, that shit was like, I think a $40 to $45 game. And you're telling me, oh yeah, you actually never owned it? Bitch, I paid for it. I better own it. What? Excuse me? Man, see now shit like this makes me hope that Ubisoft goes up in flames and they file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, because fuck y'all. Fuck you mean? Oh, you never actually owned it. I paid you money, whore. I paid you money. That shit should be mine. Today, tomorrow, and the day after, and forever. But no.
They're not even hiding the agenda at this point. This shit more rigged than a referee in any World Cup game Messi plays. Because of all of this happening, people have come up with a slogan to fight back. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. Whoever made this gotta get 5 golden stars, because there's no defense these companies—
That's real shit. Hey. Y'all think doing this is gonna keep niggas away from pirating shit? Oh, fuck ass no. Fuck ass no, bro. I'm about to start fucking unlocking and jailbreaking PSPs and PS3s and all these other old consoles, bro. Keep thinking that we're just gonna take this shit lying down. Fuck no, buddy.
Whenever someone downloads a copy of their game and doesn't buy it, they say it's illegal and the person should be fined because it's stealing. But when you buy something that's bought with the thought of its ownership, they can take it away and say you never owned it. They're pretty much that meme of the person spamming easy, and as soon as they get one clap back, they say you're being toxic. At the end of the day, no one is buying these game copies thinking it's just a rental. If you wanted to rent it, then you would just rent it. The reason I say this is because you'll see people defend these companies saying,
well, you should have just read the terms.
Yeah, tell that to Facebook when you don't read their 200 pages of terms and conditions. Then when they sell your personal data to like 100 different companies just to come back saying you should have just read the terms. After that company gets hacked who bought your data, now all your emails and passwords are leaked. That's actually how it works a lot of the times, by the way, but nah, it's your fault for not reading 200 pages of dog shit. The company who maliciously sold your data for profit is not at fault at all. Worst part is you couldn't even successfully sue these companies because they're technically right. You signed an agreement saying you just licensed the product and don't own it. This wouldn't be as much a problem if these companies gave refunds all the time or required it. I think it still would be good to have a physical game in case it gets taken off shelves for archive reasons, which physical copies help with. Like as an example, Steam is probably the most nice when it comes to this. There was a John Wick game that they decided to remove, but instead they delisted it from Steam, and people who bought the copy still have that copy so they can play the game when they want to. Steam so far hasn't had some incident like Ubisoft or Sony, but to be fair,
yeah, Ubisoft's filled with a bunch of evil ass niggas, bruh. He was talking about the picture of pain and all the pains, bruh. Right here, Ubisoft, bro. These bitch ass niggas. Ooh, and they're not the only ones.
Also, another thing people don't think about is how much used games help people. If everything is digital, you're not gonna have the classic of being broken down bad. Then buying some used copy that may have had some rip marks on the box and suspicious things. Hey,
like it's gonna get to the point where gaming is no longer going to be for everybody, especially with there being no more physical copies, GameStop shutting down around the world. Really no access to used games like that unless you want to pay a premium. If you want to get a newer game, now you're gonna have to pay upwards of fucking $60 to $100. Like, it's getting to that point, bro. Gaming ain't gonna be for everybody anymore. It's gonna be for the middle class and the upper class. God damn it.
I'm not gay, but $20 is $20, as the saying goes. It made you as the buyer have more power because you could buy a new game when it comes out for 60 bucks, then maybe resell it for $40 or trade it in, and get the next new game for half off. It was pretty much its own economy, and it was a win-win. You had a used game that you could sell to somebody that never played it for cheaper, and you could take their money and trade it in for a newer game. I understand that GameStop would give you a solid 90% less money than what the game costed if you traded it in with them, but shit, some money back is better than no money. You could also lend games to your friends or trade games with your friends. Hopefully have them actually give the game back.
Man, what y'all know about the elementary school game drug deal trades, man? Hey, bro, you got that motherfucking Wii Sports, nigga? Yeah, bro, you got that motherfucking 2K13? Hell yeah, bro. Meet you at the playground at fucking 1. Meet you at the playground at 12, nigga. I give you a game, you give me a game. Boom, bam. And we go about our business. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that, man? And that is not even going to be a thing soon, if it already isn't a thing now.
Or y'all were not on speaking terms until further notice. I still haven't talked to this in 3rd grade that never gave my SpongeBob movie game back to me. Hope he's doing terrible in life. For a lot of poor kids, this will be their Game Pass and main way they got games. The best bet they have now is if the game studio decides to put games on sale, or getting the Xbox Game Pass, which even that won't have everything they want. Companies are known to keep game prices high no matter how old the game is. Removing physical copies is only to benefit the companies themselves. It's not like they even have to make a mass amount than they have them potentially not sell on shelves. They could make them on order and ship them to people, but they're choosing not to because they know what's smarter for money. I'll end it off with, even though things like this happening are sad, I don't think physical media is truly out yet. People will always appreciate physical value of media, and a lot of people are even fighting back by getting more physical things. An example is vinyls, which saw an increase of more people buying them. Even though it's mainly for the aesthetic and not to take out the big ass disc and play music on it, it's better than nothing, alright? At least people are buying physical media. Also, people are still buying things like manga or books because they want a cool looking collection. So humanity hasn't fully given up to digital media yet. And my hope is we could have a good balance of both, because if we had all digital media, I hope y'all know these companies will be the most scummy, greedy pieces of of all time.
And there will be nothing that we can do about it. Shout out to Tommy NFG for this video. Oh, hey, if you can, if you want to, fight back against this whole digital media thing, man. Fight back against it, bro. Because think about the implications of this. If they can do this, what else will they be able to do? It's only a matter of time before this shit hits every industry that we care about. And before you know it, we will literally own nothing and somehow, some way be happy. Nigga, I'm telling you right now, we are not gonna be happy. We're probably all gonna be depressed. Knowing that we don't own shit and we have to pay monthly subscriptions for everything that we have. Not to mention, oh, we love this game. They can just yoink that shit, take the license away, and now you don't own it. You never owned it. Crazy work, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Like I said, we kind of brought this on ourselves with like digital game sales doing better than physical copies, but I feel like bro, just because like the sales are doing better doesn't mean you just take away the physical option. Like, focus more of your money towards the digital stuff, yeah, obviously, but keep the physical stuff around for the people that want this. Because with this whole situation happening with PlayStation, it showed how many people still want physical copies of games. There were people who probably thought, oh yeah, I'm about to get me the physical copy of GTA 6. That's not happening anymore. Love y'all so much though. Marso Mafia the gang, Marso Mob the squad, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace.